Okay, let's start the underpainting. I'm planning to use two brushes specifically. Um, this is a Chinese watercolor brush. I think it's synthetic, but it's pretty good. It holds a lot of water. It's good for washes, and also it brings a nice point at times when I need to have straight lines. And this is a very good fine brush. This is for detailing. I'm not sure if these two will be good enough. I'm trying to keep it simple and use these brushes. And also for the colors, I'm going to use all of this leftover colors from my previous painting to do the underpainting, because most of these are like greens, blues, and brown, no, like burnt sienna. The greens and blues I can use it as a background, and the sienna I can use it for the branches. And by then I would be done with these paints, and then I can start the bird afterwards. For the bird itself, I'm planning to use cobalt blue and a little bit. This is my homemade black. I made this with ultramarine blue, magenta, and burnt sienna. Ultramarine blue 1 portion, magenta 1/4, and burnt sienna really little bit. Okay, for the underpainting, I'm planning to, because this is a brush which holds a lot of water anyway, I don't need to wet the paper. And I'm also not using like an expensive paper. It's just a very kind of, it's supposed to be 300 GSM, but it feels like 250, 240. And it's a local paper, not a very good one. So it may buckle when I'm painting, and I've taped it, but sometimes it still wrinkles up. And I think it's a hot pressed paper, and I'm not sure if it is cotton, 100% cotton or not. But this is just a practice and a demo, so should be okay. And also ideally, if I did this painting in a larger format, what I would do is I would use a masking tape like this, and cut the tape to cover the beak of the bird. And also, if we get masking fluid as well, like put a drop in there for the eye, for the glitter in the eye. And once entire painting is finished, I would remove that and then define them properly. But let's see, I'm not going to use all of that because, like I said, I just want to keep it simple for beginners and who wants to learn. Okay, let's start. Yeah. I'm going to go right across the beak because I don't want that to be so white, and also feathers. Not too fussed about the color crossing over. This is just to create an impression of the foliage on the background, like I showed the painting. It's the photo itself is being taken like in a portrait mode, with the focus on the bird and blurring out a lot of things. So we just which is a good thing for us to use, because I'm planning to do the same, just imitate that part as it's already ready made for us. Okay, just watering down. Okay, this is very dark, so it's fine to just cut across the bird if you need to. In fact, all over. Nothing here is pure white, so no need to stress too much. If you can retain some lightness, otherwise slightly dark or having the background pick, like touch the bird is fine. In fact, that's what we want, because this is watercolor painting. The more things can blend, the better. I'm just trying to do this in order to create some sort of contrast, because this part of the bird is going to be very light, so I want the background to have some darkness in it to give that a little bit of interest. Okay, that's I just want it near the chest, not so much here, because this is dark, so we don't want that. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna do some here, and generally just as a gesture. It's quite bright here, so I could use it here as well. Just creating some interest, there's no specific thing I'm trying to do here. We can see this already watered down and sort of creating its own effect. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of green now, here and there. That's not a very bright green. Something here, and there's already some water here, so I might as well use that. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, because you don't want the background to be too strong. It probably already is by now. And the other thing I would do at this point is to start adding the distant branches, just some gesture like that. Probably not so warm, because when we do something in warm color like that, it brings that object forward into the painting, but as we know, we are trying to do background here still, so I'm gonna change that to something like that, and we want one more, going like that. These are all background branches, by the way. We already have something here. Don't know what it is. Some kind of shrub or a pole or something. And you can go on next level as well. Let this dry and do one more lighter wash of these branches, and then it creates one more layer of it's a thick forest and there are layers, you can see. That's what it's going to create. Okay, I'm going to Not sure what I was trying to do there, but just filling some colors and or just water to create a nice blend. That's all. Okay. And in this stage, when you're doing the background or when you're trying to smudge things into one another, we try to stop having hard edges. Like, we don't want hard edges as much. When I say hard edges, for example, this is a hard edge where you can see the different, like, you know, one color having a nice outline. That's a hard edge, and it's useful when you do in the foreground after this layer. But when you're doing in the background, it's nicer to have this kind of blending effect, water and color and paper creating its own patterns, and we not trying to control it too much. So I'm gonna remove this sort of hard edges with some water. Okay, although I want this part to be slightly lighter here, because the bird's, I don't know, crown is going to come, which is very dark. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll let this dry and then we can come back to the next layer.